So the last episode was, well, I would say chaotic, but admittedly that breakdown was very anticlimactic. But we're still doing more electric runs, and today we're going on a road trip, or a rail trip. I got 2 jobs, both pay quite a lot, 40 grand and 80 grand, which will require me to go from the harbor to the food factory and to the iron mine. And I have to take the long way because I think it's probably about the same distance either way, but this whole section, as far as I'm aware, is not electrified, so I have to go up through the harbor, past the steel mill up here, which this section has finally been electrified. For some reason it wasn't when I first set out the mod. Drop it off at the food factory, then go to the iron mine. So let's get this thing set up and collect our train. Now, first things first, I'll release the handbrake. That keeps happening. Alright. Handbrake's released. It is very foggy, and there is, I guess, breakers on this side. There is a bit of rain, but I don't think enough that it'll compromise the traction too much, so I'm just gonna take my chances. So, looks like everything's already good to go. I think I just have to release the handbrakes and, yep, alright. Pantograph air. Alright. Although I'm not quite sure where the trains are, so I'm gonna look for that real quick. So luckily both trains are literally right next to each other in the same yard, so that is going to be convenient, although the fog will make it tricky to see. Is main breaker activated? I don't know why it's so quiet. Oh, it's because the reverser wasn't in. What was that? I don't know what that sound was. Yeah, a bit of rain, but I mean, it's not like a downpour or anything, so I think I'll be fine. Hopefully. Just have to give it plenty of power. I'm gonna hit that bus. Oops. Alright, now those are both good to go. Switch cabs once they couple up. Now, I want to hook up to the excavators first because I'm dropping them off last. It does give me plenty of time to make it, so. Now, both are about 600 tons. It's 1,200 tons, which can do that easy normally, but on wet rails that is optimistic, but I might be able to do it. I've got plenty of sand, so we'll see. Though I do kind of forget. Well, I know where they are, but I forget the exact tracks they're on. Yeah, assembling trains gonna be tricky in the fog. Third that switch now. Not that switch. That switch. There we go. Once again, the wrong switch. I don't understand why there's a gap in the wires up ahead. Just makes things annoying. So, well, I better just lower the pantograph now and let it roll while I get up ahead and make sure switches are set. Alright, just gotta let it keep rolling. Maybe I was going a bit too slow. Yeah, I think I'm going a bit too slow. I mean, I got jog mode. It's not like I'm gonna get stuck. Although I could get stuck if I'm actually have the train behind me. I guess it wouldn't hurt to put it in jog mode. Alright, there we go. Because for some reason, yeah, it's weird the way it's electrified. Like, just, all the tracks are electrified, but, like, leading up to it, it's not, so. I must use jog mode, it's the only way. Almost there. And yeah, to the left is the train going to a food factory. Alright, the instant it gets back under the wires, I'm gonna power it back up. Alright, I think it's got enough momentum now I can turn it off. There we go. That's more like it. go. Nope, 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 nope. Come back here. It did not come back. How far can you open the window? Oh, you can open, like, all the way. Why am I getting distracted by that? I have a train to drive. Alright. A little bit further. Handbrake is applied. There we go. Just barely enough. Alright, double checking. FHA 6, that's the one. Now this is gonna be a challenge because I have to back it up quickly before it leaves the overhead wires. So I'll just... go. Now I can just let it roll and spot from the back. The dump trucks do look kind of funny without their wheels. I mean, the nice thing is I shouldn't have to worry about the gap in the wires connecting to this one, because the, you know, there's a whole train in front of it. Once again, I might have, underestimated how much speed I need. Handbrake's on the back. I'll deal with that when I get there. I guess I can just admire the dump trucks while I wait. Ooh, look at that. I can climb up here. There's the inside. So wait, do you enter from... Okay, there's like no space to enter from that side. Do you just crawl over the passenger seat? Why is there even a passenger seat on a dump truck? That doesn't make much sense. Don't you only need, like, one person in there? Maybe for, like, transporting coworkers around, but, like, dump trucks aren't very fast, or probably if you walk or run, you can get there faster, or, like, I don't know, hang out on, like, the front or something. Yeah, I mean, I don't think they thought that, design through. Alright, dump the air. Alright, let's get this thing reactivated. yeah, I believe the train is long enough that I don't have to worry about it exiting the wires. I could lower the pantograph just to be safe. Yeah, I'll probably do that just to be safe. Don't want to take a chance because I learned the hard way how expensive it is to repair. Alright. I think currently rail driver says we're going 5 kilometers an hour. That should be safe enough. But perfect. There we go. That was beautiful. I put that on. Timing was immaculate right there. And the handbrake's on the other side, so time to deal with that. Okay, so I would have had just barely enough space to keep the pantograph up, but it would have been a close call. Alright, time to change cabs. Alright, close the window. Alright, let's see. Alright, let's change cabs. Alright, let's get this going. Start the road trip. Well, rail trip. It's gonna be a long trip. It's a long journey. I do want to make sure I have enough speed to get up the hill. But also being mindful of my energy usage. Set my route now, so I'll go past the steel mill. Sometimes switch. let's see. Let me make sure I'm not going on the right track. There's a steel mill. That is very important. Now, let's see. Where exactly is... What track am I going to? Food factory. C4I. Oh, wait. Am I going from... Alright, that should be good. And... I hit a car. B2I. Alright, that should be good to go. Give it a bit more power for the uphill. I might want to put it at, P. Get a bit more power out of it, because I'm gonna need a lot. This initial climb out of the harbor is always a struggle. Alright, nope, that's too much power. I said too much power. Alright, there we go. Leave it right there. Perfect. I am not going past that yellow meter after last episode. It is climbing up. Oh, I'm definitely gonna make it, but it's definitely putting the work in, that's for sure. Need all the power I can get. I don't want to mess up this job because I am dead set on getting that D2 license. And I have enough money, I might be able to get another one after, too. Did I say D2? D6. I don't know what I said. But DE6 license. Maybe I can go just one notch higher. Nope. Alright, leave it right there. It is pulling. It's struggling, but it's doing it. No more than that. I'm gonna stick at that notch. do have plenty of time to make it to the iron mine. I think it's 90 minutes, but still, the quicker the better. Alright, keep it right there. Yeah, the rails aren't even that wet, so I guess it is just struggling quite a bit. Not sure why. Maybe I guess at the absolute maximum tonnage rating, that is the absolute maximum, and that's going like 5 miles an hour uphill. There we go. We're making it up now. In fact, I can actually drop the power a little bit. I find it with this tab changer, sometimes it's easier to just use my mouse instead of the rail driver. The scroll wheel. I gotta remember, there is a neutral zone coming up. But for now, I'm doing good. There it is. Didn't mean to notch off immediately. I think from the experience I've gathered, I mean, I think if I just shut it off immediately, it puts more wear, more maintenance, but it's not going to destroy it. Alright, I lost a considerable amount of speed. Can I go one notch higher? Nope. Keep it right there. Alright, getting up to the speedy section now. Probably don't need the field weakening just yet. I'll save that for... might get a bit faster. And I'm already at full throttle, so... Alright, field weakening time. That's a bit too much. Weakened the field a bit too much there. Maybe I can set it there now. Thought I just saw a neutral zone sign for a second, but I think I'm just going crazy. Full power. We're at top speed now. Guess we're pushing it a little bit. That's enough power. Yep. Oh yeah, I'm going a bit too fast. I don't need another disaster. I'd like to have at least one video where everything goes to plan. You know, it can be fun when things go wrong, but for now, I want things to go right. I don't think there are too many crazy downhills, so I'm not even gonna bother with the dynamics. I'll just use regular brakes. There is a bit of a downhill coming up, so actually, maybe I should. Although this section is very fast, so maybe I don't have to worry about it. I'll leave the manual open just in case. know there are different modes, like there's regenerative and rheostatic. I'll just let it roll. Let gravity do the work, because I don't even know how long the train is. But there's the... Yeah, I feel like by the time I get the dynamics set up, I'll be on level ground anyway, so I'll just use regular brakes. And coming up on the steel mill. The wires are definitely very detailed. Gotta give the mod author props for that. Well, I mean, the mod itself is incredible, don't get me wrong. Just, it's very cool how, like, intricate the wires are and whatnot. Alright, I'm gonna hit that truck. Let's start. Coming up on the speedy section. Alright, full power. Yeah, I'm definitely not supposed to push field weakening any higher than that. Unless I'm dynamic braking. I guess it is a bit slower than I expected. I mean, it tops out at 80, but I don't know. Although, there aren't too many places I can go that fast, so it's not like it's that big of a deal. Speedy section is over. Should probably just leave the blowers on auto. Bit of an abrupt speed limit change. It is nice to be able to drive over this section with actual wires and not have to coast through it. I was just thinking to myself, I gotta keep an eye out for neutral zones, and here comes one right now. Right as there's a hill, tracks going upwards, hill, incline. Not the best place to put one. Alright, it's a very short one at least. Although I think there is a sharp speed limit decrease up ahead anyway, so maybe it's not that big of a deal. This locomotive can get quite loud. It's just those, I think it's the blowers and whatnot, the fans and everything. I think, what's the, yeah, sound comfort's 3. Not that bad, but still, it can get surprisingly loud for an electric. I think up ahead is when speed limit drops like crazy, so I didn't mean to shut it off immediately, but whatever. Yeah, there are definitely some areas on this map you kind of have to, you kind of just have to know it, or else you can easily derail. I mean, they don't call it Derail Valley for nothing. Alright, here comes downhill, so... I think... it would be smart to set the dynamics. Nope, I did not mean to disable that. Alright. I feel like it should be more effective. Whatever. It definitely helps, that's for sure. Alright, yeah, it's definitely doing its job, that's for sure. And the neutral section. I really hope I'm doing this correctly. Oh, it's not just the neutral section, it's breaking the wires. Okay, please. Oh, okay, I gotta drop the pantograph now. I didn't have a choice. Oh, I'm going in fast, Oh, I really hope I didn't damage it. Because I didn't have a choice, I had to drop the pantograph immediately. Well, at least there's a career manager in case you do have to fix it. I'm gonna go spot it from the back. Oh no. Alright, this is, okay. Cut the airline, stop it now. Maybe that was too fast. Reattach the airline. Aw, man, I'm like one car over. Is it gonna roll back or forward or? You know what? I'm just gonna try. I'm just gonna see if it'll take it. Probably not, but I'm gonna try. Alright, please. Wow, it took it. Thank God. Alright, we've gotten 40 grand. I got 60. Sweet. Alright. Alright, well, I've gotten myself into a situation. There's a gap in the wires right there, so I need to build up as much speed as possible. Alright, let's see. I'll do the rear pantograph so I have a bit more time. Just a bit more. Well, it seems to be working fine despite my rough handling. Yeah, that gap in the wires is really annoying. Is it because of that stupid telephone pole? It's kind of annoying. Alright, now... front pantograph. Now, build up some speed before this hill. Oh, wait. Wait a minute. I'm still in dynamic braking mode. How the hell was I applying power if that was the case? Well, it's still working fine, so... that was weird. I mean, my train is a lot lighter now, so I don't have to go as hard on it. But at the same time, that sweet, sweet time bonus. Look at that, 230 grand. Well on the way to get the E6 license. It's a bit too much power. Yeah, I should probably do a better job checking what driving mode I'm in. I am going the right way, correct? Yes, I am. Alright, maybe I should have let off on all the power. Where does that even go? Oh, it leads to the oil refinery. I'm experimenting with different. Well, like that. That could be a good screenshot. Wicked steep there. Full power. I also forget where the next neutral zone is, so gotta keep an eye out for that. Didn't mean to shut it off immediately. Forgot how many tunnels there are in this section of the map. I feel like I'm not usually at this section of the map. So, it's nice to come up here for a change. But speaking of devil, here's a neutral zone. I do have to say though, I do love this map. It is like has some really pretty views, and I just wish it was a bit bigger because I feel like I'm spending most of my time shunting rather than actually driving on the main line. But other than that, it's a really nice put together map. I do hope that eventually more people make electric locomotive mods. I know this was before Simulator even came out. This was back in the Overhaul days. There was a dual mode Vectron mod. It would be, I'm not sure if the modder is still active, but this would be a perfect time to reintroduce it. And I hope the creator of this mod continues to update this locomotive to be compatible when we get official electric locomotives in the base game. Because it's a really fun, put together thing to drive. So many just awesome spots, to be honest. Awesome spots on the map. I'm trying to figure out where I even am. I think I'm right here at the tippity top. Honestly, I probably don't even need full power. I think I can put it into S, save on some energy costs. I think generally I want to keep the total load as low as possible. And I have a good feeling I'll make a pretty good time bonus. Probably increase the field weakening here. Although, is there a sharp corner coming up? I don't think just yet. Nope, I can go pretty fast. Alright, I'm going a bit too fast now. I'm going way too fast. Alright, is there gonna be a gap in the wires? I have no idea. Just lower pantograph just to be safe. Yep, there is a gap in the wires, so I have to be careful with my timing. I only have one shot to get this lined up properly. Forgot the trains block the railroad crossing, so traffic kind of throws a fit. It's being well behaved for now, knowing that I'll be stuck there forever, unless I actually take that order. Alright. The journey has been complete. The road trip, the rail trip, whatever I want to call it, has been complete. Alright, looks good to me. Alright, we've gotten 85 grand. I got 127. So now I have 360. Wow, I am loaded. What do we got for fees? Not bad. I think I can manually service it, because definitely gonna need that before I buy my license. So, I'll do that. Let's get this thing serviced up real quick, because I don't know if I'll be using it again or not. Jog mode. Slowly make our way to... Yeah, I could just get out and walk. That's how slow it is, but not meant to do much with it. Of course, it's an S282, not a D6, but I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm always down for a good run the S282, but I was hoping for D6. I don't even get this thing serviced right here, I think. Not even a service shed, just very rudimentary. And okay, this might take a while, because this thing is slow in jog mode. And it's gonna be jogging for a while, too. You know what? I'm already over the wires, or under the wires, so... Because it's so painfully slow in jog mode, I'm just gonna reactivate it. That's how lazy I am. Just to go like 5 kilometers an hour faster. Hop back in. And look at that, rolls much faster. Yeah, it's just... There we go. Now, I got like no standing space. Alright, I did a bit of damage to the electric powertrain. But other than that, it's good. But I think that's just general wear and tear. Still, for the work I put in, very cheap. I was kind of rough on ads sometimes, so I'd say I did a good job. No fees. Alright, you know what that means? It's D6 time. Woo! I got it. And I still have quite a bit of money left. I could buy another one, too. Do I go for a DH4 or save my money? Because I could get a hazmat, too. I might as well just save my money. Never know what'll come up next. Probably not going to take a job here. I'm probably going to take my hand cart and go to another station, find a D6. So, that's going to be it for today's video. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.